In today's video, I'll be taking a look at the Berserker Broken Claw Panda Bear version by MEMORYTOYS. First, let's take a look at the accessories. This big boy comes with some pretty good stuff. First of all, he comes with an extra pair of fisted hands. They look really good. All the sculpt, the texture looks good. He comes with an extra pair of gripping hands. They're about the same as the regular hands on them, but they're more closed to hold this big old mallet. This thing is like a big, like kind of a, reminds me of the Disney, turkey legs or chicken legs, but it's a soft, rubbery kind of material, as you can see. Goes in there like that. It looks really good. He comes with these gauntlets, bracelets. I think bracelets. They are numbered left, right. Ooh. They do have this like hook, so if you wanted to put a chain in there, you could. Doesn't come with one. He comes with swooshing effects. These go on the gripping or the clenched hands he has on him. Really good for other figures. He has these blood ones, which again really good for other figures. Two of them again go on those open hands. And then he comes with a pauldron. Look at the detail on that, like, looks really good. Hole for the ball joint. And this is a bitch to put on. Luckily for me, I wanted him to be in Panda mode, but this is just not it. It's rubber, like the right there. Well, I guess I should take it apart. There we go. That right there, it's rubber, like the peg. So it's easy to put it on when it's like this. Well, I say easy, but it's kind of hard. But when he's on the figure, there's not enough room. This should have been a centimeter, millimeter, probably a couple millimeters longer on each side. Because even if you do, it's going to look like that. The best way I found to put this on is you basically keep this one, the top one, closed, open the bottom one, thread it through the hand with the ball peg facing up, and then just kind of tuck that in there and use the armpit and squish it in there. That's the best, because you're not gonna connect it. Trust me, I've tried multiple times. Turn that on. The pauldron goes in that ball joint, as you can see. There we go. Again, it's rubber. Once you put it, it looks good. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's a bitch to put on. So luckily for me, I got him to be in Panda mode, and he comes with this, like, I don't know what is it, skirt piece, belt. This one is easier to put on. It's thicker, right there. It's easier. You just open the arms, and you just kind of like push with all your might with your thumb. Did it go in? Yep. Doesn't look the best, but it's way easier than the things up there. As for the figure itself, this boy is a big boy. Again, the lighting is great on this guy, so there we go, that's better. Again, really good, nice paint. One thing I will say is the paint here. I don't know if you can see that. It's chipped right there. That kind of bothers me. On this side, also there, but not as much. Let me actually darken it, as you can see. Yeah, that does suck. The as for all the details, it's what you would like want in a big ass bear. The head looks good. Articulated jaw. Look at that. Oh, he looks good. The fur throughout. One thing I will say while you're putting all the stuff on and moving them, all of these is really prickly everywhere. The feet have it up here. It's bothersome, when you're trying to do things and all this kind of gets on you. You do get, look at that nice detail. Look at that. Ooh, Wolverine, Deadpool with that one, katana. I don't know. I kind of would like to see more of that. But again, great detail. Look at those fingernails. Look at that. Oh, look at that. The texture on the knees, peg holes, and then toe joints. Or you should say a toe joint, but like look at those toes. So yeah, this figure is great. I bought them to, put with my Jujutsu Kaisen figures. Where the fuck is Yuji? There he is. And for that, he's pretty good. So, Panda from JJK. Doubt Figuarts will do a Panda. Doubt they'll even continue the line, sadly. But as for the articulation, the head is a big, long, like ball peg. But you can move up, as much as you would want. Down, wish you could look a little bit more down. Like I said, articulate jaw, rotates, and there's some pretty decent pivot. The arms are fantastic. They have detents. Look at that, hear that. So that's great. You rotate, single elbow. You do have to be careful. It blends in more than, it blends in, which is a good thing. So you gotta make sure, when you're articulating it, it's in the right place. You get, what's that, 90? Actually, not even 90. All the hands swivel and have a claw hinge. The torso is a diaphragm joint that moves forward, back. Again, nice tightness and no real pivot, and it rotates. Now the hips, apart from all this, which is annoying, the hips are the most annoying because they are not stiff. That sucks, especially when you get the arms and they're like beautiful, and then the hips are just a loose mess. So when you're trying to pose them, and then it's annoying. But they hinge that much. Again, don't push it because you'll get discoloration. Forward that much, again, you can push it, but not as much as I would want. Single knee, but it doesn't even move that much. I wish it had more range. As for the ankles, they swivel up, down, up, pivot, and toe joints. Again, good, decent articulation. But man, this guy looks good. All that detail. Here he is compared to some random, anime, Star Wars figures. Furry figures. This one, it could be like a summoned in the Naruto world, and some JJK figures, which is where he's gonna go. One thing I did want to note, or show, is if you use the blood effects, it kind of looks like a Black Flash. I know Black Flash is more kind of like electricity angular, but you can make that work. Or cursed energy. I think that would work pretty good. Here is the swoosh effect, which is how, again, I'm gonna use it. It looks like Yuji is punching. Looks really good. again, that's how he will be on my shelf with my Jujutsu Kaisen figures. Here he is compared to some chunky boys. We have the more Select Hulk and the McFarlane Build-A-Figure King Shark. This looks great. I love both of these figures. I love this one too, even though the hips, don't get me started on the hips. This looks great. Truly. Like, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks good. Here he is compared to your average body molds from Hasbro, NECA, McFarlane, and Figuarts. Again, wanted to show you can use the swoosh effects. They just have clips in there, like so, and not the best, maybe at the feet with Goku right there. And I'm tempted to get the brown one to go with this Kratos, you know, in God of War Ragnarok. Atreus becomes a bear, spoilers, and that looks pretty good. Like, again, that's a Fortnite axe. Hope, again, NECA would do this line. Heck, I have a love-hate relationship with foreign figures. I wouldn't even mind if he got the license, because I really want everyone in God of War. But I wanted to show where, oh, here it is, the blood effect with Kratos. Like, you can have it, like, clip it in there, like if he's beating the fuck, or he's, you know, doing, goddammit, the lady. Like, oh, that looks pretty good. Again, kind of want the brown one, but then in the game he was all brown, and the one they did, he has like 10. My thoughts on this figure are that it is great. It is a great looking figure. The effects, is it worth the price? I hate to admit it, I paid about $141. It was $129.99 from Amazon, $10. I live in California. Tax is a bitch, so it became $140. I seen it go for like $200 on eBay. The white version, again, if you can get the other ones on like Big Bad Toy Store. Is it worth $140? Not really, but at the same time, I've bought Buzzmud figures for like $160. So compared to that, this is phenomenal. Now, granted, I fucking hate the hips. It sucks. And then the accessories, which, goddamn, why I put them over. These, like, I feel bad for anybody who wanted to use these, because that's a bitch to do. The mallet is beautiful. Like, again, here it is compared to Fuko. That thing is massive. Again, is it worth the $130, $140 price? You know, I don't think so. But again, I've bought worse, so to me it is. To others, it probably won't be. Again, the Panda one, from what I've seen, was like a bitch to get. I think that's another reason why this one's higher than the others. It's like a 10% chance of a chase or something like that. I don't know why they did it like that. Blind box it. It's like, you would do a blind box for like $100+ figure. Like, no, you do a blind box for like a $5-10 figure. Get a fucking Walmart or something. Like, but either way, I love this thing. It's gonna be on my Jujutsu Kaisen shelf. Hopefully we have more figures from Figuarts line. But man, this thing is great. Again, I'm kind of tempted. I doubt I'll ever get the brown version to go with Kratos. But you never know. But again, this thing looks great.